From the beginning of human history, mankind has looked to the stars, wondering what lies beyond the darkness, chasing questions that had no answers, and dreaming of possibilities that seemed beyond reach. Every era has its dreamers, but few have ever dared to imagine changing the destiny of humanity itself. Among those rare few stands one man whose ideas stretch beyond Earth, a visionary whose life became a bridge between imagination and reality. His name is Elon Musk. His story does not begin in Silicon Valley or on a launch pad under a fiery rocket. It begins in the quiet suburbs of Pretoria, South Africa, where a shy, curious boy spent endless hours lost in books and stars. While other children played outside, he disappeared into pages of science fiction and computer manuals, constructing galaxies inside his mind. At 12, he built and sold his first video game, not for money, but to test how far imagination could travel when paired with willpower. He wasn't just a child with big dreams, he was a thinker born in the wrong time, searching for a future that did not yet exist. His mind refused to accept limits. To him, rules were puzzles meant to be solved. His father, an engineer, believed in logic, not dreams, while his mother, May, believed in courage and kindness. From her, he learned that imagination was not a weakness but a weapon, and from his father, he learned that the world would never reward softness. Those lessons created a strange balance, a heart that felt deeply but a mind that calculated endlessly. The world around him was small, yet his vision was infinite. South Africa in the 1980s was not a place for dreamers, and Elon knew that if he stayed, his potential would remain trapped within borders too narrow for his ideas. At 17, he made a decision that would define his destiny. He left his home, his family, and his past behind, carrying only determination and a belief that he was meant to build something greater. He journeyed to Canada with barely enough money to survive, taking odd jobs, studying tirelessly, and sleeping in small rooms while his mind traveled to distant galaxies. Every night, he read about physics, engineering, and philosophy, feeding a hunger to understand the mechanics of both machines and the universe itself. While most people studied to find a job, Elon studied to understand how reality worked, because he wanted to rebuild it. From Canada to the United States, he followed the invisible thread of ambition, through universities and startups. Failures and discoveries. He lived on the edge of exhaustion, surviving on caffeine and purpose, yet he never doubted that every sacrifice was part of a bigger plan. To him, life was not about comfort, it was about contribution. And so began a journey that would lead him to create companies that would redefine industries, challenge governments, and reshape the course of technology. But before all of that, before PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink, there was only a dream. A dream to push humanity forward, to free it from its self-made cages, and to ensure that when the Earth grew too small, humanity would still have a home among the stars. Elon's story is not simply about business or innovation. It is about the relentless pursuit of purpose. It is about facing ridicule, rejection, and financial ruin, and still choosing to rise. It is about looking at the impossible and whispering, "Let's make it happen." His journey reminds us that progress demands pain, and greatness is born not from privilege but from persistence. From that boy in Pretoria staring at the night sky to the man launching rockets into orbit, the path was never straight, never easy, but always forward. Elon Musk is not just an inventor or a billionaire, he is a symbol of what happens when vision refuses to die, when courage overpowers fear, and when humanity decides to reach beyond its limits. Because in the end, the future doesn't belong to those who wait, it belongs to those who build. This is the story of a dreamer, a rebel, a builder, and a believer, the man who refused to stop reaching for the stars. Childhood early curiosity. Elon Musk was born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa, a city of wide streets and endless skies that seemed to mirror the vastness of his imagination. From an early age, Elon was not like other children. While they played outside, he could be found in his small bedroom, surrounded by stacks of books, science magazines, and comic books that depicted futuristic worlds and daring adventures. The sunlight streaming through the window would illuminate sketches of rockets, spaceships, and imaginary cities that he had pinned to the walls, each a testament to his restless curiosity. At the age of 10, he created his first computer game, Blaster, on a tiny, outdated computer. The game, with its primitive pixelated graphics, captured battles between spaceships and alien worlds, yet for Elon it was more than a game, it was proof that he could bring his imagination to life. His fingers flew across the keyboard, eyes fixed in concentration, occasionally glinting with the frustration of a bug in the code, only to be replaced by exhilaration when the program finally ran. Outside, the world moved in ordinary rhythms, but inside Elon's mind, galaxies collided, rockets soared, and civilizations thrived. He often lay under the solitary trees in his backyard, sketching designs for spacecraft and futuristic machines in notebooks, dreaming of a world far beyond Pretoria. Even the moments of isolation and childhood bullying could not dim the spark in his eyes, they only made him retreat deeper into his mind, where curiosity, resilience, and imagination fused into a singular determination to understand and create. Family upbringing. Elon's family life was a mixture of tension and inspiration. His father, Errol Musk, was a brilliant engineer with a demanding personality, often critical and stern. Their interactions were tense, leaving young Elon to navigate conflict, stubbornness, and high expectations. Yet, juxtaposed with this was the warmth and encouragement of his mother, May Musk, a model and dietitian, who nurtured his love for learning and his belief that intelligence and curiosity could shape the future. The duality of his upbringing instilled both resilience and independence. As a teenager, Elon would often wander the streets of Pretoria alone, a notebook in hand, capturing ideas and designs for machines and inventions. Back at home, he would spend hours dismantling gadgets and experimenting with electricity and small electronics, failing, learning, and trying again. Every small success brought a thrill, every failure a lesson. The nights often found him staring at the stars through his bedroom window, pondering humanity's place in the universe. These early experiences of struggle, self-discovery, and relentless inquiry shaped the foundation of a mind that would never settle for ordinary. Education ambitions. At 17, Elon left South Africa, seeking both opportunity and freedom from mandatory military service, and moved to Canada to attend Queen's University. Adapting to a new country, a foreign culture, and the challenges of independence, Elon immersed himself in academics and ideas that fascinated him. He later transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, where he pursued dual degrees in physics and economics. Physics taught him to question and understand the fundamental workings of the universe, while economics offered tools to create and shape ventures capable of influencing society. Nights often found him alone in dimly lit dorm rooms, surrounded by textbooks, coding and sketching rockets and energy systems on scattered notebooks. He would walk the streets late at night, contemplating interplanetary travel, artificial intelligence, and the possibility of sustainable energy solutions for Earth. Discussions with peers often left him feeling ahead of his time, isolated yet determined, a mind constantly reaching toward visions most could not comprehend. These formative years crystallized a philosophy: knowledge, imagination, and action combined could make the impossible achievable. Zip 2, first venture. After graduation, Elon moved to California with a single-minded determination to enter the technology world. Together with his brother Kimball, he founded Zip 2, a company aimed at helping newspapers establish an online presence. In a cramped, chaotic office, Elon spent long nights coding, brainstorming features, and handling every aspect of the business himself. Investor meetings were tense, with skeptical eyes doubting the potential of online directories and digital maps. Days blurred into nights as Elon slept on office couches and survived on coffee and determination. Despite technical failures and the overwhelming pressure, every small victory, like successfully deploying software to a newspaper, fueled him further. In 1999, when Compaq acquired Zip2 for nearly $300 million, Elon experienced the first tangible reward of risk and relentless effort. Yet, even amidst celebration, his mind was already reaching beyond, contemplating bigger challenges and grander visions for the future. X.com PayPal, flush with the success of Zip2, Elon co-founded X.com, an online financial services and payment company, with the ambition to revolutionize banking. The early days were intense. In bustling Silicon Valley offices, he spent hours coding, debugging, and pitching his vision to potential investors. Conflicts with co-founders and management challenges created tension, yet he pressed forward, driven by the belief that innovation required audacity. Transforming X.com into PayPal, he endured setbacks, technical glitches, and competitive pressures. Animated sequences of the team testing transactions, users adopting the platform, and media coverage of this disruptive technology capture the relentless pace of creation. In 2002, when eBay acquired PayPal for $1.5 billion, Elon had not only created a financial revolution but also solidified his position as a visionary entrepreneur. The lessons were clear: bold ideas, unflinching focus, and perseverance through adversity are the foundations of world-changing success. SpaceX, dreaming of Mars, Elon's ambitions extended beyond Earth. In 2002, he founded SpaceX with a vision to make humanity multiplanetary. Early years were fraught with setbacks. The cramped office buzzed with engineers drawing schematics, testing engines, and debating rocket trajectories. The first 3 launches failed catastrophically, each explosion a blow to morale and Elon's personal fortune. Yet he pressed forward, analyzing failures, motivating his team, and redesigning rockets with meticulous attention to detail. Nights were sleepless, every decision carrying immense risk. Then, in 2008, Falcon 1 successfully reached orbit. The team erupted in cheers, yet Elon quietly reflected on the monumental implications. This moment was more than technical achievement, it was proof that perseverance and vision could defy the odds, that humanity could reach for the stars. SpaceX, dreaming of Mars, Elon's ambitions extended beyond Earth. In 2002, he founded SpaceX with a vision to make humanity multiplanetary. Early years were fraught with setbacks. The cramped office buzzed with engineers drawing schematics, testing engines, and debating rocket trajectories. The first 3 launches failed catastrophically, each explosion a blow to morale and Elon's personal fortune. Yet he pressed forward, analyzing failures, motivating his team, and redesigning rockets with meticulous attention to detail. Nights were sleepless, every decision carrying immense risk. Then, in 2008, Falcon 1 successfully reached orbit. The team erupted in cheers, yet Elon quietly reflected on the monumental implications. This moment was more than technical achievement, it was proof that perseverance and vision could defy the odds, that humanity could reach for the stars. Neuralink, Starlink, and innovation, never satisfied with a single frontier, Elon pushed into brain-computer interfaces with Neuralink and global internet coverage with Starlink. In high-tech labs, engineers tested neural implants, analyzed data, and coded satellite software. Elon walked among them, inspecting, inspiring, and strategizing. Scenes of Starlink satellites launching into orbit, connecting remote corners of the world, contrasted with the intricate precision of Neuralink labs. Each innovation carried risk and controversy, yet Elon's drive to expand human capability and knowledge remained relentless. Cinematic visuals of orbiting satellites, glowing lab equipment, and focused engineers portrayed a man bridging science fiction and reality. Challenges personal life. Elon Musk's life has never been easy. Intense media scrutiny, public controversies, and personal struggles accompany every achievement. Scenes of Elon sleeping on factory floors, coding late into the night, and navigating high-stakes decisions illustrate a man relentless in pursuit of his goals. Cinematic sequences of bustling Tesla factories, SpaceX launch pads, and chaotic schedules reflect the scale of his endeavors. Close-ups show exhaustion mixed with determination, a relentless drive that has become his hallmark. Even in moments of solitude, Elon's mind races with ideas for Mars colonization, AI, and sustainable energy. The story is one of resilience, of refusing to yield under pressure, and of using obstacles as fuel for progress. Legacy vision for the future. Today, Elon Musk gazes at the night sky with visions that span planets and technology. Rockets lift off toward Mars, Tesla cars glide silently through cities powered by solar energy, Starlink satellites orbit Earth providing global connectivity, and Neuralink explores the frontiers of human cognition. Scenes capture him speaking at conferences, mentoring young innovators, and quietly reflecting on the enormity of his work. Voiceover emphasizes that Elon's journey is a testament to audacity, relentless effort, and vision. From a curious boy in Pretoria to a global innovator reshaping transportation, energy, and space, Musk's story inspires one fundamental truth: extraordinary achievements are born from curiosity, risk-taking, and the refusal to accept limits. Humanity's potential is vast, and Elon Musk reminds us that if one person dares to dream bigger, the stars themselves are within reach. As the world moves faster than ever, with electric cars gliding silently across highways, satellites painting invisible networks above our heads, and rockets piercing the edge of space, one man's name echoes behind every technological heartbeat: Elon Musk. What began as the dream of a curious boy from Pretoria has transformed into a movement reshaping humanity's destiny. He has faced failure, doubt, and ridicule at every turn, yet every setback only became fuel for the next creation. The story of Elon Musk is not simply about rockets or cars or artificial intelligence, it is about the spirit that refuses to surrender. It is about the belief that the future is not written by the powerful, but by the persistent. Elon has shown that innovation is not born in laboratories or boardrooms alone, it begins in the restless mind of someone who cannot accept the world as it is. When Tesla was on the edge of collapse, he poured in his last dollar, not for profit, but for the promise of a cleaner planet. When SpaceX's first rockets exploded, he stood on the launch pad and said, "We'll try again." And when critics mocked his dreams of Mars, he smiled and kept building, because he understood something most people forget: progress is always built on the ashes of failure. He turned pain into power, fear into fuel, and risk into revolution. Today, his companies are not just businesses. They are symbols, reminders that one person's determination can shake the foundations of entire industries. Yet, beyond the noise of fame and controversy, beyond the headlines and debates, there remains a simple truth: Elon Musk dreams for all of us. He envisions a species that survives, thrives, and expands beyond this fragile planet. To him, Mars is not just a destination, it is humanity's insurance, our second chance. The electric car, the reusable rocket, the brain-computer interface, these are not products, they are pathways to evolution. Elon's legacy is not measured in dollars or shares, but in inspiration, in the millions of young minds who now believe that nothing is impossible. He reminds us that true greatness is not about being right all the time, but about never giving up, even when the world says no. His journey is proof that the future is built by those who dare to dream outrageously and work endlessly. From the cold nights of uncertainty to the blinding flames of rocket launches, from the silence of doubt to the roar of success, Elon Musk's life stands as a testament to what vision can achieve when courage stands beside it. As humanity looks to the stars once more, as SpaceX prepares to make life multiplanetary, and as Tesla continues to electrify the world, one message remains clear: the story is far from over. Elon's journey is not an ending, it is an invitation. An invitation to every listener, every dreamer, every creator to ask themselves the same question: what if I tried? What if I built? What if I dared? Because the true legacy of Elon Musk is not in his inventions, but in his challenge to the human spirit, to never stop building, never stop believing, and never stop reaching for something greater. The torch he carries will one day pass to others, and when it does, it will light the path to the stars. So, as this story fades and the music softens, remember, the future does not happen to us, it is created by us. And as long as there are dreamers brave enough to imagine, builders strong enough to act, and believers bold enough to persist, humanity will never stop rising. This is not the end. This is only the beginning of everything we have yet to dream, yet to build, and yet to become.